As a kid, I grew up in an Adventist home with my mom always wanting me and my sister to go to church. And quickly I grew up and I was 11 or 12. I decided to stop going to church because it just wasn't going to be my thing. So basically, I left the church not believing in God as a little kid. And then eventually at some point, I was like 13 or 14, I did realize that this world couldn't exist without a God. So I did come to the conclusion that there is a God. And basically, I had left the church and I went into the world just really thinking it was cool, the world was cool, and how awesome it was and liberating it was, but it really wasn't. There was only one person really happy, which was Satan. And basically we had gotten into some really dark points in my life with some family members and just things we shouldn't have been doing. It was just filled with glorification of sin. It was just filled with substance abuse. And so my sister, for years, throughout all of that, my sister had been reaching out to me to come to church and to come to these Adventist programs. So last year I actually went to GYC, which is where I met a lot of friends that I have now. So up until a few months ago, I had been living a very unhealthy lifestyle. I knew I needed a change from all the hanging out with my sister. I had felt so many convictions now that I had gotten to the point where I did need a change. So my sister said, come, let's go canvassing. And I finally decided, okay, I will, just so I can go back to school. Basically, the Lord has shown me how powerful He really is, how He's been leading me to Him this entire time. This canvassing experience has literally unfolded my blindfold that I've willfully put on myself, that we all usually put on ourselves. I have experienced so many answers to prayers, and the power of the Lord has really shown me that there's nothing more gratifying than sharing the word of the Lord with strangers or with people. It doesn't matter. There's just nothing more satisfying than sharing the word of God. I've learned so much about the Lord this summer, and people are seeing that back home right now. My family and the cousins I was closest to, they see the change in me. Some of them, it's hard for them to believe it, but now they're even asking me a lot of questions about the Bible and God and how much of this is really true. And they're just really interested in the topic now. And basically they just see how much this canvassing experience has really changed my life for the better, for the Lord, because now I see nothing more gratifying than sharing the word of God to everyone, to strangers, to my family even. And He's just going to continually keep opening doors and changing people's lives.